Hello friends, Tanya here for Trinity Stamps, and today is day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas on Trinity Stamps. Part of the 12 days of Christmas from Trinity Stamps are 12 deals of Christmas. Each day there will be a different deal, and today is day 2, 25% off all ink pads, ink refills, paint, sprays, and embossing folders. The code for that is 12 days 2. Check the description box below for the link and the code. I took the Trini-TEA cup card die set along with a bunch of other products, and I thought we could envision a new use for this. Here I've got it creating a pocket treat holder. I'm also going to use the falling snow foiling plate, the Santa's mug die set, the Simply Sentimental Holidays stamps and dies, the big bows, little bows foiling set, also the stamps and dies. Here we've got the large ornament shaker with all those lovely pine boughs and those cute polar bear pair that I don't actually use in this video but would work beautifully. First off, I'm taking a panel of cardstock that is cut to 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I'm going to foil 1/2 of it using the falling snow foiling plate. Look at that. It is a beautiful matte gold foil over this, and that's in the Christmas Sparkle pack. There's 4 beautiful foils in that pack. Now I'm laying the card die all over this so that the front of it will be foiled and the rest is not. You'll see there is a little bit of foiling on the handle, but that's okay. We're going to do something to make that a pretty different contrasting color. I've folded that and creased it, and now we're going to take some precision glue, and you can use the Crafty Gluefriend. It will work perfect. Has a beautiful precision point, or you can use whatever liquid glue you prefer. I think a liquid glue is going to be your friend here. It has the strongest hold, even if it takes a little longer than a dry glue. We're going to seal 3 sides of this cup and leave the top open. Next, we're going to use the coordinating die for the Trinity cup card die set. There are 2 sheets of stencils, and you just use the different components to create your design. You can do it directly on the die cuts, or you can do it on a card front. I'm using some Distress Oxides here in brushed corduroy to add the tea to the inside of my teacup. Could be coffee, just because it's a teacup shape doesn't mean it couldn't be a coffee mug. We're also going to mask off everything but the handle, and there's a very convenient die for that. A very convenient stencil for that. And I'm going to pull out one of my new favorite things to play with, and that is the lunar paste. This is the slippery when wet lunar paste, and you can use this in a whole lot of ways. You can even watercolor with it. Today I'm using a sponge and I'm applying the gold paste to the handle. I did flip this over and just apply it with the sponge also. Next, I want to add some gold, or a second layer of the gold to the handle, because one just wasn't opaque enough. Now we're going to use the stencil to add the base of the cup in another color. I did do 2 layers of the lunar paste on this also, but I only did the gold on the, oh no, I did both front and back, didn't I? No, I think I only did the front, but I did do 2 layers. Next, we're going to try foiling on yet another material. This is some shimmer cardstock, some pearlescent cardstock, and I used the same matte gold foil, and I foiled these big bows, little bows. I thought they would be beautiful on the front of this this cup, since this is going to hold a gift card and whatever goodie you want to put in there. At least in my case, there's going to be a gift card. I'm going on a trip here soon, and I like to have sweet little gift card holders to give to people that I encounter in my travels. who are helping my travel go pleasantly. I am also using the snowflake from the Santa's Mug die set. I love this sweet little snowflake. It is so perfect. I think I've used it many times, especially with some white glitter cardstock to add just a touch of sparkle winterness. Is that a word? Wintry sparkle? There we go. I'm also using the foam strips from Trinity Stamps here. And I like to add a little liquid glue just so I have some wiggle room to get it exactly where I want it. You could put that bow right in the middle. You do have to let the glue dry. But I decided to put it near the handle. We're also going to take one of the sentiments from the Simply Sentimental Holidays stamp set, and we're going to stamp it in this beautiful gold tone ink. This is the Stardust ink from Concord and Ninth, and I think it matches so lovely with all of the metallic gold on this cup. We'll add that to the center of the bow so we have a nice level of contrast between the banner and the background. That banner die was from the Simply Sentimental U die set. And here you can see a packet of cocoa and a gift card fit in here just perfectly. Next, I took a piece of red cardstock, some textured red cardstock, and you want to go with something fairly lightweight so it's more flexible and has the room to allow a item with dimension to slip inside of it. I've folded that and creased it very well. And I'm going to bring out my metallic watercolors. These happen to be Daniel Smith, but you could use whatever sparkly watercolors you have. I love all of those handcrafted watercolors that are available on Etsy and in the Trinity store. There's a few samplers, I think 2 samplers, gold, silver, and bronze. And then I believe there's a winter colors one also. I chose a red. You could have made this handle gold or silver or whatever color you wanted, really. And I'm just applying this watercolor paint directly to the paper. I'm not using a ton of water. I'm getting a nice thick paint mixture here and applying it with my paintbrush and allowing that to dry. I did speed up the dry time using my heat tool, but I was very gentle with it. I didn't want a lot of warping, and there's a lot of wetness on this, especially since we used a wet glue, and now we're applying paint to this paper, which is not designed to be wet. I am following the score lines on the front of this card die to guide me on where to put the paint on the bottom. And I decided to add it to the rim of this cup on the top part. And again, I am following the embossed lines created by the die. You could skip this, and I thought about adding some shimmery coffee colored element to the inside of the cup, but I ultimately didn't do it. I might go back and do that after filming here, just because I want to see how it works out. Next, we're going to pull in some of the cute little elements from the Santa's mug. This is the cute little gingerbread bread man, and I have both layers on this one. There's a inner and an outer layer to make it look like an extra puffy cookie, and we have I think those are holly berries. I added those to the cup also, just tucked underneath our cute little gingerbread man, but I wanted there to be a little dimension behind those two. I had used the foam strips behind the gingerbread man, and for this portion I don't want it to be raised as much as the foam strips, so I'm using some coaster blank pieces. Now you could use cardstock. Couple layers of cardstock would be about the same as this coaster blank, which is simply pulp board coaster material that's been cut down to fit whatever image I want it to go behind. Again, the cocoa packet fits in there perfectly. We're also going to use the Sweet Holiday Wishes die set. This is from a couple of years ago, but it is still available in the shop if you haven't gotten your hands on it yet. I love that there are candy canes that point in each direction, and they are completely mirror images to each other. So I'm able to die cut them from some red glitter cardstock. Sorry, excuse me, and glue them back to back so that you have glitter on both sides of this image, because you'll be able to look at both sides of this candy cane when you flip over the card. You wouldn't necessarily have to make it glittery on both sides, but I can, so I did. I also die cut the words Sweet Wishes from the same glitter cardstock. And the Sweet Wishes is in that die set. I think it's perfect to go on this cup. It's a great, beautiful, scripty font, and it's a great size to fit on this card. Now the tittle for the eye in Wishes stuck in the die, which was fine because then I didn't lose it. I just pushed it out with my pokey tool on my pickup stick and added that to a dot of glue on the front of this cup. We just need to adhere our sweet word here, and that will be finishing up the words on this cute little cup. You could use all kinds of different specialty cardstocks to create that sentiment, or you could stamp on here. I really wanted to play with the Sweet Holiday Wishes die set though, because I've been wanting to play with that all season. I love the glittery glitz that the glitter paper creates. Now I'm just going to adhere the candy cane to the front portion on the inside so that whenever you put your goodie in here, it's going to be in front of your goodie, and it'll just add a little extra decoration. How cute is that? Packet complete. That's all of my projects for today. Here's a quick recap of the projects I created. Don't forget to check that description box below for the discount code and the link to the sale for day 2 of the 12 Days of Christmas sale. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.